my Mercurial mercenaries! It's still as hot as the sun in here, which means that Britain is still experiencing a heat wave. It's Sunday night, and I thought, given it's Sunday night, and we haven't spoke for a while, I thought we could have a bespoke session, my mercenaries, between me, who wants to talk to you, and you, if you're watching this, who wants to listen to me. So, let's go for it, my mercenaries. Straight away, it's so hot, and I'm sweating so much, and you can't see the scale, the scope of this room. It may look huge on your screen, because you might be watching this, for all I know, you're watching this on a 100-inch plasma. 100-inch plasma. And wouldn't we all like to have a 100-inch plasma? Ba-dum! My mercenaries. But my glasses are steaming up. And also, I noticed that they, as I talk and move and gesticulate, I said testiculate then. I said gesticulate, testiculate. Do you want to know what's funny, my mercenaries? Not funny at all, really, but I'm sitting here with a shirt and tie on, all right? My mercenaries sitting here with a shirt and tie on, but I have, don't even see this. Yeah, my mercenaries. It's so hot in here, in this massive room. It's like a TARDIS in here, my mercenaries. Look, I can outstretch my hands and not touch the walls. I'm wearing swimming trunks. But my glasses, as I talk and do this, they come down my face. But they don't come down uniformly. They don't do this. So I end up just looking like I'm either a very long nose. I have a very long nose. And when I do this, I either appear kind of posh but simple, or maybe I look a little intelligent because I look slightly like a male librarian. I don't know why I'd say male librarian. There's no reason, whoops. There's no reason why a librarian in my mind should be female, my mess. Although, historically, in my mind, librarians are indeed always female. The thing is, they don't come down my nose uniformly like that, so I look like a male librarian. They tend to do this, my mercenaries. I don't know how this arm goes upwards, but it does somehow. So, in the fullness of time, not only do I have beads of sweat coming down my face, in a room that I can do that in, and, you didn't see me touch the wall then, do that in, and wearing swimming trunks, my mercenaries. Not that, hands, toy, also that happens. So overall, now, it's been said quite often, my mercenaries, by people that maybe I'm gathering a reputation. Maybe if you look through the forests and through the hedgerows of Great Britain, you'll find people will say about me, collectively, people all around, I'll ask them, excuse me, sir, what do you think of the Mercurial number 6? And they'll say to me, they'll quite openly say, the Mercurial number 6, he's a little bit of a twat. He's just a little bit of a twat. So it always goes together, my mercenaries, to say. But look, there's stuff going on here. This is Sunday, my mercenaries. I should tidy this shit up for a start. I haven't tidied any of this shit here up. You can just see crap. Look at this. You know what that's unnecessarily there, my mercenaries. These are unnecessarily there. That doesn't need to be there. What's the pen doing there? What's the frog doing? What's the pair of headphones doing there? What's that doing there? That's a bit weird, isn't it, my mercenaries? Eh? All this shit doesn't need to be there. Do you need a monkey wearing a hat? Who needs a monkey wearing a hat, my mercenaries? Who needs a monkey wearing a hat? But I'm also trying things out here, okay? We have a large penis there. I thought the large penile, I thought his penile structure might stop the click. No, technology is out to defeat me. Opportunity. What's that you're saying, angry mug? Technology is here to defeat me. You haven't got a mouth, angry mug. Actually, the angry mug has got a mouth. His mouth is just full of, can you see that? Oh, that's not nice, is it, my mercenaries? Can you see that? There. That is just coffee with almond milk, but the almond milk produces like a frothy scum, like you do see in the midst of summer on rivers. I was going to say it tastes marginally better than that, but honestly it doesn't. But I'm trying to overcome technology, my mercenaries. Like that, can't touch the walls, can't touch the sides. ooh, I don't know if that's positive or negative, can't touch the sides. I'm trying to overcome the problems that I have with technology, my mercenaries, and it's a constant problem, my mercenaries. But I thought, if the microphone clicks, click, 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 if it clicks, just say the microphone makes a stupid noise every 20 seconds, every 40 seconds, every minute, every 10 seconds, every 5 seconds. What kind of time span could you hear that you would allow and let me off with? If every other word, that's not even every other word, is it? Oh no, it is. That is every other word. That would put me off, my mercenaries. That would put me, whatever, even if I was just in a room doing that, trying to touch the walls. I haven't done it lengthways, but I can do it like lengthways. I mean, suits you. Suits you. But that would put me off. But if it's after, say, every 60 words, and it does like that, when I'm editing this, I'll see. But the point of me constantly trying to do something like this, even look at this. See it on there, my mercenaries. I've even got a ticker thing running. I've even got a telegram run on that bottom screen. I got a ticker thing running here. Press subscribe. It's a begging letter. I've got a begging letter running at the bottom of the screen, my mercenaries. Well, my point was going to be... What was my point going to be? Technology. If I can do this and make this work, even with the nonsense of the digital noise, which I think I've corrected some things here with what I'm doing, but overall, there's a rat in my kitchen. What am I gonna do? There's a rat down there somewhere, and even this pussycat right here is not going to sort this rat out. But what the point of doing this kind of thing is, because I am the master editor, I would say. Some of you don't like my editing. Some of you say, Mercurial number... Bit my cheek then, and my lip at the same time. Mercurial number 6, we had enough of your editing. We would just rather a straight video. Like, straight like that, swimming trunks on. Haven't even done them up. There's a pull cord, and I haven't done it up. That's what... if you want to sail close to the edge on a Sunday, on a fucking hot Sunday, then wear a shirt and a tie. And put swimming trunks on, my mercenaries. And don't do them up. Right? Let's face it, they're not going to fall down because I'm not running around anywhere. I'm sitting here in the roasting hot. I was say sunshine. There's no sunshine in here. There's no sunshine when he's wearing swimming trunks. Ain't no sunshine when he's wearing swimming trunks. Ain't no sunshine when he's wearing swimming trunks. Something else. And he's gone away. What's that ugly mug? Oh. The point is, if I can do this with this kind of setup, I can do less editing. Even though I'm the king of the edit, I can do less editing. That's what this is all about. The idea of having me on the screen straight off the bat, and having these things here that I can choose to have here now. We can have this thing up here saying mercenaries. It's irrelevant. If you press subscribe now, that number won't go up because this is being recorded now. I got a ticker thing going around the bottom of the screen. There is a problem here, of course. Because I still do edit things, because I say rubbish and nonsense, and I think, I'd rather I hadn't said that. I sweat, my mercenaries. And the problem is now you'll be able to tell when I edit, not just from the jump cut, but also because the ticker at the bottom will jump cut. My mercenaries, the ticker at the bottom will jump cut. I'll do it now. Look, this feels like a natural break here, so we'll jump cut now, my mercenaries. So this is just an update video, really. It's a Sunday, bloody Sunday. It's a Sunday update video. And I wanted to tell you that the Discovers are going to start again soon. Even though you missed episode 53. Episode 53 is out there. But it's unviewable. It's blocked worldwide. Because this guy here, or his record label, are wankers, my mercenaries. We're well within their rights, but wankers. So just thought I'd let you know that. But I am upgrading. And you will, next time you see a Discover, I haven't recorded yet, but next time you see one, I think you will notice that I'm taking the next step with this channel. Because once upon a time, me and the cat, we had 0 subscribers. Then I made some videos about the wood of a guitar, and I got like 10 subscribers. Then I went into making videos from my cupboard about life, really. You get people who tell you how to be successful on YouTube, and they'll give you advice. And there's always channels like there's Brian G. Johnson, and there's Roberto Blake and Tim Schmoyer, and all these different people, all nice enough people. And what they will tell you, and they're right probably, because I'm living proof that what I'm about to say is, they'll tell you that if you want to be successful on YouTube, don't do a variety channel. Be specific, and keep doing something. And if you find something that's successful, keep doing it and drive it into the dirt. And people will come along for the ride. And I think that's probably true. But I did variety into the cupboard. I did variety in the car. I was always talking about different things. The channel overall, though, has revolved around music. And if you had to throw all the videos ever made up in the air, like pieces of paper, and just skewer them with a big spike. So throw all the bits of paper in the air, Penn and Teller style, right? Penn and Teller style, just throw the paper in the air. I mean, imagine Penn wearing these shorts, right? Don't mock these shorts. These are seahorses, my mercenaries. I went into the shop to buy some shorts, to go to the island of Rhodes, because you need a pair of shorts to go to Rhodes, and I went in there and I struggled to find a pair of shorts that I liked. And I went from shop to shop to shop. And the perfect 10 was like, what's the big problem? Just buy a pair of shorts. And finally I saw these shorts on mercenaries. And I said, this is it. These are the ones I've been after. And I bought them. And then she was like, but you're not a fan. Look, I think, this is going to be controversial, right? But I think the wearing of shorts in public by British men should be banned. I don't need to see it, ever. I mean, I'm inside now, I'm indoors. But the wearing of shorts by men, British men, in public, in Britain, should be banned. And she was like, if you feel that so strongly about it, Mercurial number 6, how come you didn't get a pair of discreet shorts? Not discreet like, you know, it's like on or off, like discreet. I'm probably using the word wrongly there. Podrick, am I using it wrongly? But why didn't you get a pair of discreet shorts? Why have you ended up getting a pair of bright green shorts with seahorses on them? And I was like, look, this is the way I roll, all right? But I used to do videos, variety videos in the cupboard in the car, but if you could skewer, if you threw all the pieces of paper in the air and all the pieces of paper of videos and you threw them in the air and you just put a skewer through the air like that, Penn and Teller style, and as you put the piece of metal through the air, somehow all the bits of paper catch on it, like that, and when you put it down, spike with all the bits of paper like notes. Like those people who write something like a note and put no receipts on a spike. Receipts on a spike, my mercenaries. The common thread of the spike would be music. Running through all those videos, and if you go back through them videos, so the Discover series was an obvious thing to do, and the people will tell you don't do variety channels, be specific. And I've got to say, out of these 2,582 people, probably most of them, no, say 2,000 of them are most interested in Discover videos, which leaves, my mercenaries, 582 of you who just want bullshit. And don't feel bad about that, my mercenaries, because I want bullshit too. Don't tell anybody, but I scour YouTube looking for bullshit. I want people to be talking bullshit. But even the people that I used to watch that talked bullshit, aren't talking bullshit anymore. And some of the people that did used to talk bullshit all the time that I liked are now talking bullshit that bores me. And then I have to think, am I in danger of talking bullshit that bores somebody? I mean, how bad, my mercenaries, does bullshit have to be before it becomes bullshit? Because you can have bullshit. And what if you have boring bullshit? I mean, they all start with B. B. Boring bullshit. That's what we're saying, and we can say it twice like that. That's what we're saying, my mercenaries. Every other word. I don't know. When we get to the edit, I'll find that this is all just trash. Rubbish here, trash in America. What do they say in Australia? What do you call rubbish in Australia? Is it trash or is it rubbish? Do you have a dustbin or do you have a trash can? Oh, I've got a trash can. Oh, I've just moved to America and I have a trash can. Excuse me, dear, could you go and get the trash can? So, yeah, the thing is, you'll see videos that say how to get to 10,000 subscribers, how to get to 100,000 subscribers. Pick something and do it. Ad infinitum. Until one of us dies. Probably be you before me, if I keep doing this sort of crap. But this is the thing, my mercenaries. I then think, yes, I should be doing. I've got news that the next Discover is going to be. I won't give it away because I haven't done it yet, but it's going to be good, my mercenaries. It's going to be good. I don't know what the album's going to be yet. Well, I do actually. I have the album I'm going to do next here. It's going to be one of these albums, my mercenaries, and I don't know if you can't really see them, but they're both pink. Funny enough, they're both pink. I'll give you a little glimpse. If I give you a glimpse of the, without giving the band names away, hang on, see if you can guess what they are. Right, you can just have that. Right, they're both pink, so it depends which pink album you prefer more. See them both there? The little corners are both pink. Which one would you rather have? One of them's got Worldwide Block written all over it, and one hasn't. So I'm pretty determined which one I'm going to do anyway. It might be rather loud, my mercenaries. But as well as knowing that you guys want Discovers, well, 2,000 of you, I know that 582 of you, let's be honest now, more like 40 of you, like this sort of stuff. Jump cut. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do more of these, my mercenaries. We had a little hiatus recently, but we had the Saturday show a long time ago that my regulars will remember. And we've had talks to the cupboard. I've said all this a minute ago. I'm just repeating myself. But historically, this channel has not been about Discovers. It's been about doing this with your arms. Yeah? And that's what we're going to carry on doing. We're going to do bits of everything. And I have been reading your comments where I asked what more we could do together collectively to make this channel more, well, to get this channel nearer to 2,600 than 2,580. And I have listened, I've read rather, and I have learned. Some of the things you guys have suggested I was going to do anyway, and others have been eye-openers. And I'd be like, sort of belch internally then. I didn't need to tell you that. You probably saw me do that, like my shoulders go. But we're going to have fun on this channel. And for those of you worried that I was withdrawing a little bit and maybe the channel would... Not that anyone would worry about this channel going down. But if you were worried, don't worry about it. This channel's here to stay. So I am going to do lots of different things. It's just about having the time. And those of you I have personally messaged, I've probably told you it's about having the time to do this. Because it's time consuming and we all have limited time. But there is going to be a point to this video. But first of all, I wanted to tell you one little story, my mercenaries. One little story. It involves me driving along the other day. I was listening to Talk Sport. Now, what happened was this nation In fact, let's put a story on the screen right now, okay? Now, England were in the World Cup, and Three Lions, which is the song which was released around 1996 during the Euros. It's the football's coming home song. Even those of you who don't know about football or soccer, you might have heard this song. But it's by the Lightning Seeds and Badil and Newman. But it's the three lines on a shirt, Jules Rimet still gleaming, 30 years or 52 years of hurt. It became the only song, I think, to enter the charts and go to the top of the charts 4 times with the same lineup. So it achieved history, right? But what happened was the nation got swept up with England being in the World Cup, and we got further than we've been since like 1990. And it was quite euphoric, and it's such a cliche, right? But it did. Oh, I can see some of you who live in this country now are going to be frantically typing and having a go at me over this, but it did bring the country together momentarily. And it might have been the sunshine as well, because what happened was we've just had sunshine, Mediterranean conditions, and England in the World Cup. And we got swept up in it. And we were listening to Three Lions. People who don't like football were listening to Three Lions. Everyone was listening to Three Lions. This song catapulted up the charts again. And then the minute we were knocked out of the World Cup, Three Lions plummeted out of the charts. And I have been listening now to, this is going to surprise some of you as well, bearing in mind that I'm the guy who removed the number 3 from all his TV remote controls when he was growing up. I listened to Talk Sport a lot. Talk Sport. This is like commercial radio with a bunch of ex-footballers talking about football day in, day out. And I don't even watch that much football, but I love Talk Sport. It's the best radio station. And during the World Cup, we were getting caught up in the world of the possibility of winning the World Cup. And Talk Sport and I, together, we were having a great time on Mercenaries. It was, the sun was shining. The car was nearly as hot as this studio. I was driving around, like one hand like that, one hand like that. Like that, you do like that, yeah? And I had my suspension button. I didn't. I don't know, I've never had one of those. I think that's an American thing, isn't it? Do you get cars? I see it on the telly, where a car will get to the red lights and it will stop, and then in American, like they'll do something and the back of the car will like, and someone will be sitting in the front, like leaning like that, with the back of the car going, and then they can press it, and then the front of the car will go up. It doesn't happen with a Vauxhall Nova or a Rover Metro. Well, try it then. I'll just talk over you. I'm not driving a Mini Metro. I'm not driving a Mini Metro. It's not a Mini Metro. It's a Rover Metro. They've rebadged it, you fool. Have any of you got those cars that do that on Mercenaries? Not like a cockney. I'm a bit of a cockney. Like that. But I was listening to Talk Sport a lot. I still am. And we crashed out of the World Cup. I said crashed out. We did all right. I think we over... Oh, God, my fellow England fans out there, we over-egged it, didn't we? We all got caught up, or swept up in this euphoria. Of, we're still saying now how well our England team did, but they played something like 7 games. Don't quote me on that, but something like 7 games or so. And we lost 3 of them. We lost to Belgium twice, and we lost to Croatia. So that's not a very good rate of wins, percentage-wise, my Mercenaries. If I was a more clever man, he put a man on the moon, if you could believe. Put a man on the moon. If I was a more clever man, I would have worked out the percentage, rather than just say, work it out yourselves. That's the sort of guy I am. I'm a bit of a... Well, like I said, people tend to... If I'm walking along the street, people tend to walk... They come out of their way to walk over to me to say, all right, Are you a bit of a twat? Well, thank you. Thank you. You must have seen my work on the internet. Thank you very much. Just scratching my foot there. I'm not just like contorting myself here, my mercenaries. And there's nothing going on. There's no hands going down shorts here. At least not on. Well, I mean, I'll probably if you ever see a jump cut, my mercenaries, it's probably because I'm rating my testiculars. So I was listening to Talk Sport, and I was driving along, and every time I was going around a corner, there was like this organ music, like picture kind of old Hammer horror films from the 60s and 70s, and like a bit of Bach or whatever. Bach means small in Welsh. Johann Sebastian Bach. But picture like Bach, like I need to do it more. Hang on, I need to do it more theatrically than that. Hang on. Let's make it lighter. Hang on. We can do this one, mercenaries. Hang on. No, let's make it darker for it. Hang on. We can do this one, mercenaries. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, some lights back on. So I was driving, I'm going around the corner, they're talking, they're going, yeah, well, Alan, I don't think we were all that really. Played a few easy teams, won a few matches. When we came across any competition, we went, and yeah, and I think you can't really say that beating Panama is really any. Every time I was turning a corner, my mercenaries, I could hear an organ. So I was obviously on the radio. Something I don't know what it was, but it was on the radio. So I turned the radio off. Silence. Right. Turn the radio back on. Yeah, and you can't say that beating Tunisia is any big deal, and we only just might. And then we knew that if we were coming across any competition like Brazil, we wouldn't start. And I was thinking, that's really strange. Like, they're carrying on talking as if they can't notice that they've got this organ playing in the background. And then, so I carry on driving. And this goes on, my mercenaries, for about, this is how stupid I am, my mercenaries. This goes on for about 3 miles of this. And I'm thinking, you know when it just nags in your mind, and I'm thinking, this can't be on the radio, because one of them would say, do you know what, Jeff? Let me just stop you there, Jeff. Have you noticed there's someone playing a keyboard in here somewhere? So I turned the radio off, and then the keyboard's still going. I mean, it's not playing those notes like that. That would be when you hear the end of the story, that'd be quite incredible if it was going. It wasn't doing that. It was just going. Adrian! Like that, my mercenaries. And I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here? What's going on here? It's not on the radio. What's going on? So I pull the car over, my mercenaries. Now this is what happens. This is powers of deduction, isn't it? It's powers of bloody deduction, because just remember, I've got the hat here somewhere. Well, I've got a pipe. Oh, it doesn't matter. But powers of deduction. I realised that if it's not the radio, it must be me. It must be me, my mercenaries. And then it dawned on me, of course, my bloody phone in my pocket must have switched on the organ mode. Because yes, my mercenaries, yes, I have. If I can find it here while I'm still talking, I've forgotten what it's called now. It begins with a C, I think. Hang on. I never play. Oh, here we go. I had this bloody thing here in my pocket, my mercenaries. And every time, and it was pressed against my pocket, and every time I turned the corner, And I was going, what the hell? Don't know why it was when I turned the corner. Maybe I lean slightly. Do I lean slightly when I turn a corner? Like, when I was doing... What the hell? What? What? I kind of lost my thread there with what I'm talking about. My main problem here is when someone says, are you pleased to see me, or have you just got an organ in your pocket? Sometimes, my mercenaries, sometimes we all have organs in our pockets. We all have organs in our pockets. We all have organs in our pockets. I wonder if I could play that. How's that? What is it? Oh, look how big the keys are, my mercenaries. It's ridiculous. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on, we can do this, my mercenaries. We can do it once, alright? We'll get it bloody once. Hang on. What was I talking about? Oh, that's right. We're gonna talk about something properly now. What I read today, my mercenaries. What I read today, my mercenaries, was that. Look at this. Look at this. Apparently, podcasts are on the boom. This is interesting because I got into podcasts about, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. Maybe more than that. Maybe more than that. 5 years ago. And I listened to a lot. And I must admit, mainly, I've listened to every Columbo podcast that there is. And I'm also currently listening to a Jonathan Creek podcast. But the Jonathan Creek podcast is done by the same people that did the Columbo podcast. It's interesting. I quite like them. I mean, I suppose it depends whether you like the people or not. But I quite like them. But they don't have to talk a load of old bollocks. Maybe that's why I like it. I don't know, but I find that I disagree with them on the merits of each episode. But that's what I think when podcasts first happened. I think there were a lot of people like me that just listened to a podcast that was based on one of their favourite programmes. But it turns out, my mercenaries, that podcasts are now booming, even amongst people who never used to listen to them. Now, the problem I've got is that whereas I once listened to podcasts, I then stumbled upon YouTube, and now I don't listen to podcasts really anymore. But I do watch and listen to YouTube. So it says here, whether driving the car, sitting on a train, out running, or doing the housework, more of us than ever before are choosing podcasts to keep us company. The latest figures from suggest 6 million of us listen to a podcast each week. While that's still a relatively low proportion of the population, it represents a 58% increase. Oh, I tell you, heard. And podcast listeners in the UK tend to be millennials, with 2/3 falling into the 16 to 34 age bracket. Now, I don't really know what millennials means. To me, millennials means people that wake up in the morning and just listen to Millennium by Robbie Williams, and that's it. That's what millennials are, but apparently not. It's people who fall in the 16 to 34 bracket. So podcasts are popular, and a few of you have said to me, Mercurial number 6, the way you do some of your videos, it's almost like a podcast. So why don't you just do a podcast? And then others of you said, yeah, but we already listen to Mercurial number 6's videos as if they're podcasts. Because I know, my mercenaries, I put all this effort into this. Into this, all right? I put all this effort into this. But let's face it, no one's watching the screen right now. You're doing whatever you're doing. You're doing the, you right now are, you're driving a car, sitting on a train, out running, doing homework, masturbating, Hopefully you're not masturbating. That'd be a bit odd. But you're probably not even looking at the screen right now. So my question, I'm always putting questions out there, and I never respond to the answers because no matter what answer you give me, I haven't got the time to do it. But I was going to say, should I make podcasts? Should I ever put this out as a podcast? Or shall I record a podcast? No, this could be a podcast. You know, like, I don't know if you guys do this sort of thing. Do you watch like things like H3H3, stuff like that? Where, or any radio show now on BBC or Alan Partridge or whatever. Mid-morning matters. But all radio shows now have the kind of vocal aspect, but they also have, they're all webcammed up anyway. So this is kind of like a videoed podcast, isn't it? I don't know where I was going with that. I just saw this anyway, my mercenary, and it's reminding me that I don't listen to podcasts anymore. I don't know. If I don't listen to podcasts anymore, why would I want you to listen to a podcast of me? And also, why would you want to listen to this shit? Because this is boring bollocks. No, bullshit. This is boring bullshit, my mercenaries. I might get some t-shirts printed with BBB on it. You know, fuck your... Don't say fuck. Screw your jump cut. Damn. Every time I swear, you'll notice that the ticker at the bottom of the screen just shifts. Other people might want to sell you t-shirts that have some derogatory comment about a bass player on them. I just want BBB, my mercenaries. Boring bullshit. We could even flower it up a little bit. It could be boring bullshit bollocks. How would you like that? Boring bullshit bollocks. You could say BBB. People go, why have you got BBB on your t-shirt? And you can just say, Or, no, what do you do? Why do people do that? When they've got a secret, they do that. It's like you've only got one working nostril. You know, in the night time, you're just lying there with one working nostril. It's a secret. Okay. I think, what do you say, what do you say, Angry Mug? I think you just soaking enough bullshit, and it's time. Why am I looking at you every time you speak? I can look somewhere else while you speak. No, you can't. Yes, I can. 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 No, you can't. Got all the gear. My mercenaries. I think that's it. Over and let me know if you want more. Let me know if you want less. Over and have a happy Sunday. Have a happy Sunday. Out! No! Over and